Well, if you think the American dream is dead, you're nuts. You know what you gotta do? You gotta talk to some immigrants that come to this country. They remind you about what this country is all about because they're doing it. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, you stay here long enough and you go through the system here and it gets beat out of you that you could do something in this country. And you really can. Now, here's a video of a young man, who came to this country, and actually his parents were paying his tuition, going to college, and then they had some family problems. They couldn't pay his tuition anymore. So he went out and worked for a living while he was finishing college. He worked in food service. He graduated and still in food service, restaurant business or whatever, and he wanted to do something more. Now listen to this. This sounds like an Oprah story or something like that, but he read a book. One book, and he tells you this video about what book that changed his life. I've read a book. Can you imagine just one book changing a person's life like that? Well, he believed in the system so much, he just couldn't figure out how to do it. Yeah. And then just booked them. And then he talks just joyfully and so nice about, he found his wife, or it wasn't, he lost his wife, he found a woman who became his wife, and he feels that this book and the love of a woman was able to change his entire life, to give him what he needed somehow, emotionally, to go on and find, because you just can't read about stuff, as he talks about, you have to do stuff. And he had this little silly kind of idea, and then he put it on the internet, and he got $16,000 to do it, and started a whole new business. And he gets thousands of people on the internet to say he's great because he thought of this idea. And he was working in a restaurant, a young man who just got out of college doing this. And that's what, this can happen. And it happened easier now because he had no money to do this. That's another thing. To me, when I grew up young, and you needed money to do, the only thing you could really start without any money was really a service business. Now, with the internet, you don't need a service business. You start, things because you don't need to produce anything. You just show people, hey, it's going to be like this. You want one? And they give you money ahead of time. Now, that's incredible to me. There's nowhere else in history that so many businesses can be started with so little money as there is right now. So watch this video, this nice young man who said that the people who love him around him and a book that he got inspiration from made it all happen. And he's very sincere. He's not some slick talking huckster on TV. He's just a real guy. He's struggling through life like the rest of us. So watch it. Well, John Mullen, it's M-U-L-A-N, and running into you has been a real treat, John. I mean, you have a wonderful product, the sticky stuff that you just put on the back of your cell phone. You can stick it anywhere, on your nose, on the wall, on your two cell phones together, anything you want. You have a wonderful campaign going on Kickstarter, and you can even put your computer on the wall with this stuff. And this stuff starts at $10. I don't know how you do this, but it's wonderful. But more importantly, John, I want people to know more about your story. I mean, you were telling me how you got here. You've been here how long? 6 years, 7 years in the United States?
For 8 years now.
8 years.
Yes, correct.
And how did all this begin? What was it like to get to be an entrepreneur from 8 years ago?
Wow, it's totally a wild ride. Like, it's really different because before I just like all the same people, like I just work daily by daily, like taking paycheck, be safe with everything. When you take paycheck, everything is safe. You just like grab your paycheck, go home, everything be safe. When you become entrepreneur, it's totally different. Like you need to have something that people love and people will like it and they will buy it, and that's when you can make a living. It's totally.
But how did you get to that place? I mean, you were explaining like you were in school at one time, then you didn't have enough money and you had to go work, right? What kind of jobs did you have?
Yeah, correct. So before, when first time I come here, I go to school and my parents still support me, and that's really easy. And then one day something happened with my family business back in my country. So I need to help myself to support me. So I do a part-time job in the restaurant. And I'm in love with being a sushi chef. Like, yeah. really something like I want to learn.
Yeah.
And then that's the end. I learning to become sushi chef for 3 years.
Wow,
I
good
work,
for you.
yeah, I work in a Japanese restaurant, and then one day I meet my beautiful wife, and
Uh-huh.
then we get married, and then she introduced me to this book called The Secret.
The Secret. Oh, very
Yes,
popular here.
yeah, it's really popular. But my wife told me like, oh, I think you're gonna like this book. So I start reading it. I read. I think like, oh wow, actually this is really great. I can become what I want. Like I can
Huh.
spread positivity to everyone if I want. Everything's in the head. It's depend on you. So I start reading it. Oh wow, this is really good. So I start looking for entrepreneur thing on YouTube,
Uh-huh.
and then I watched this show called Shark Tank. Of course,
Uh-huh.
everybody know. Yeah, I'm in love with that show. Since then, like I see people creating one product and they make a living. They become something. They
Ah.
become success. And I from that moment on, I start looking a way to become an entrepreneur. I want
Mm-hmm.
to have my own business. I think I can start with Kavi. This is my first step. My
Well, you
first step.
already got. I mean, you didn't even go to Shark Tank. You went on the internet, and
Yes,
you made twice your goal already, and you
yes,
still have a few more days left. So you're on your way. You figured out the secret, right?
yes.
And what is it? What is it? What do you think the secret really is?
The secret really mean is like if you think you can do it,
Uh-huh.
you will get there. So
Ah.
think about the goal first. Like I already think my goal. Okay, I have product and I think it's useful. I use it. I love it. And in my head, I just think people will love this. If I keep
Ah.
concentrating, people will love this. People will love this. Well, apparently, I have. Let me check now. 700 people
People
now.
who love this. Now you have not only John, but you have 700 other people who love this, but because
Yes,
of you, right?
yes. 700 people that I don't even know. They see my product, they see my video, they fall in love, and I'm thankful for them. They're really like they believe in my product, and
Uh-huh.
it's my job now to have their money and responsibility to deliver it to them, and I hope all of them love it.
Well, they
Yeah,
do. They're giving you money before they even see the product, and it's hard to see, isn't it? Show us one of those little sticky
correct.
things.
Yes, it's hard. It's really simple. It's transparent. Like
Uh
that.
huh.
It's transparent and it's rewashable, reusable, and actually I use it to replace the to create this to replace the function of like magnets,
I see.
tags,
Right.
and double tapes. Like it have the
Right.
function of all
All
that.
that. So you could put like two cell phones together, and it stays together, right?
Correct.
You could put an iPad on the wall, right, and stick
Correct.
your.
That's the idea. When the idea comes, it's from when me and my wife we watching a show on our tablet.
Uh huh.
Watching a show on our tablet. I'm holding it, so I'm telling my wife, "Oh, it's really tiring. I hope I can just stick this tablet on the wall and then rewatch it." And then we start like brainstorming.
But
This
not
come
only
out.
that, but you also created your own Shark Tank. I mean, it seems to me, an
Yes.
immigrant coming to this country, you read one book, you believe in the idea that America, you can do this, and you do it.
Yeah.
Most of people, we stay here so long, we forget we could do
Yeah.
it.
Like everybody can do it. Especially I want to talk about Kickstarter too. It's a really good platform. Like it's risk free. Like I think
Right.
if I put it, if I don't success, I learn something.
Yeah.
If I success, I learn more. Like nothing to lose. I think like
Yeah.
just go for it.
If you lose, you win. You win, you win. And if nothing happens, nothing happens. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, if you fail, you learn a lot.
Yes. Oh,
If you
absolutely.
success,
Right.
you learn more. Like it's win-win
Exactly.
situation.
Sometimes you learn less because if you win because
Oh yeah.
because you think that will work all the time, and
Uh-huh.
usually you have to do something different. It's all about new and trying. Well, you're an inspiration to us Americans. To
Ah,
remember that anybody can come to this country and not know what it's about, and and be successful, and not even, we all look at Shark Tank and want to be that way, and you did too, and went out and did it.
Yes.
And that's so terrific. Well, your website, now to get it, it's Kiva Adhesive, Kavii Adhesive, HAD. No, I'm sorry. ADHESIVE. I need a foreigner to tell me how to speak English. ADHESIVE, adhesive. So KAVII, adhesive.com. You can get it there while it's still on Kickstarter, and then you'll be marketing. And it's only $10 to start. And you pay shipping and all this kind of stuff. And when you're in stores and all over, it's going to be a lot more, because you're going to have all those middlemen in there, and you're going to have people are going to have you're going to have to charge more. So now is a great time to get it, isn't it?
Yes, correct. Actually, we already have people already contact us from out of country to become distributor.
Wow!
I have 3 from Taiwan, Hong Kong, Middle East, Europe, Netherlands.
Wow.
Like they want to become distributor. I'm amazed.
And if you didn't put it on the internet, that wouldn't have happened, because you couldn't find those people in Taiwan, even though you're. And they found you. They found the sushi chef from California who's dying to finally make his own dream come true because he read one book. Man, why can't we all do that? You're an inspiration, John. Thank you for being there, and thank you for using your creativity and enthusiasm to share it with all us. And I'm sure there'll be thousands of people that are going to love that little sticky stuff, not just 700.
Thank you for having me on your show. I really do appreciate it.
My pleasure, John. Thank you for being there. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.